Hello. 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 Good, I don't know, afternoon, I guess it is now, whatever. You guys, I have a really wild story to tell you about some stuff that happened this past weekend and like where my head is at and a lot of things. Man, crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. So, like, wow. Where do we even start? Let's start by drinking some of this hop fizz. This is a hop water. It's delicious. If you haven't had hop water before, you should get yourself some. I don't know. It makes my day. Usually I have this in a wine glass of sorts, just because I like to put stuff in fancy glasses, because why not? It just makes life more fun. But today I was like, I don't know. I just came over here and started doing this, so that's really everything is on a whim with me. That's really what it is. All right. So this weekend I had some like real interesting epiphanies about the scaling process and everything that's going on with Ethist and online, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So if you know anything about what I'm doing, which many of you do, you probably know that I am currently in the process of scaling Ethist. And that means that we are basically like, we've gotten to a point where we've helped thousands of people in multiple countries, and we're really trying to like break through that noise and throw the signal out now to literally everyone. I think for like the first, like it's been a little bit over 3 years now. Right? Yeah. A little bit over 3 years now that it's been launched. And in the, beginning, we wanted to make sure that we were like doing all of the right things, that we had our processes in place, that we could, do operations in the right way. You can't just put, a product out on the market and like suddenly think you're going to help millions of people, because that would be a horrible thought process, honestly, if we're being real. It's just not feasible in that way. I'm sure everybody would love to have that happen like overnight, but really, ideally, you want to have like the right operational processes. You want to know that your manufacturing is like settled. You don't want to know that you're, you've tested and you've got like lots of backing and et cetera, right? It's like where we get all of our like 5-star reviews and, and people trying the product like over the years and getting really great results and then sharing it with other people and their friends and, their networks, et cetera. And, but we are at a place now where we do have a lot of backing from a lot of people who really love Ethist and use it every single day, and have said nothing but great things about it. And we are at a place where not only like we've done that, but of course now we have recently reformulated the product to become like the cleanest skincare line on the market. Essentially, we set a new standard with a new list of expectations to be free from, and to make sure that like there are absolutely zero toxins, even derivatives of different things like that in the product. And I mean, we've done a fucking great job, honestly. It's insane. The products are lovely. We have the cleanser done. We have the moisturizer done. We have the oil done. The eye serum is in progress. The glycolic is in progress. And we are moving along down the line, and everything is just like fantastic so far. So we've done a really good job, and we're reformulating to set a new clean standard for the industry so that more brands will follow along with us. And I mean, that's pretty epic, because we are a tiny indie brand. We are not backed by any crazy investors or anything like that. We've done everything organically up until this point, and we've made some real waves. So like, I'm going to go ahead and pat myself on the back for all of that, and, getting to where we are. Now we're in a place where it's like, yeah, we have a solid, manufacturer who does an incredible job. We have all of these amazing, like, new reformulations that are just as effective, if not, I'm actually more so now than they were before, and cleaner than ever, which is amazing. And we're in a position to really like settle ourselves inside of the bigger market and to get people understanding like what's going on and how they can get real results from a real product that actually helps your skin versus all the bullshit marketing that is out in the skincare industry just trying to get you to sell or to buy products. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we are, and we're in a point of scaling. That's true. Your SD's favorite SD owns it. That's a good line. So yeah, so which by the way, my fucking esthetician group, I have an esthetician group on Facebook that I've had for like 5 years, and it has like over 5,000 estheticians in it from all over. And I got a notice last night, and I got it this morning, but I got a notice that they closed down my group for like dangerous activity, and it was because their AI fucked up and like thought there was like some weird like I don't even know, like they were saying like some kind of like weird like terrorist thing or whatever. It was like insane, and I was like, what is this? We are just a group of 5,000 plus estheticians. Like we are talking about skin. I don't know what the fuck happened. So anyways, sup Welshie. So anyways, it was like yeah, it was crazy. But we are in a position now to do scaling. And so I've been talking a lot to like partners of mine and, you know, other like mentors and like different things, and just like trying to figure out like what exactly we need to do in order to scale. And recently, so many people have been telling me that I need to like get out and network and do the thing and go to this stuff. And I swear to God, you guys, networking events are like soul sucking ego parades where people are literally just like, what is the point that I don't know like what the point of most of them even being at these events are for, because it's like, it's just not, I don't know. It's just not an environment in most cases from what I've experienced where you actually get anything like good, like anything tangible, concrete, like a really good partner that you find or something. And I know everybody always wants to be like the, oh, well, you never know crew. And it's like, yeah, I guess you never do know, but you also spend a lot of time wasted in situations that you know that aren't right for you, just like being like, well, you never know if Sally's mom, like, well, you know, it's like, no, I like to be more strategic than that. So I often stay away from networking events. I am not like, I don't go to networking events in person. I don't do like digital networking, like conferences. I don't go to conference. Like, it's not something that I've ever found to be productive, in my business life and even in my corporate life. And so it's been something that I've like stayed away from a lot, but everybody and their mother was like telling me recently that I need to go and network and I need to go to do the thing and blah, 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 blah. Okay, right? So now normally I am the kind of person that's just like, nah, like that's not for me. I'm very like, understanding of my, you know, intuition and like, and what is for me and what's not for me. And so I don't know what made me do it. I really don't. But like, I guess it was just from the repetitiveness of like everybody saying it and me being in this new era. That's really what it is, actually, the more I think about it. It's like I'm in this new era. I'm doing something that I've never done before, which is scaling. And trying to meet with the right people and trying to figure out like certain stuff and all of that in between, like, and behind the scenes kind of things that like people want to gatekeep, you know? And so I was like, all right, maybe I should like start to try to branch out and see if I can find people and whatever. So I signed up for this networking conference, digital, online. I'm going to tell you something right now. First of all, I was right. Not for me, okay? The conference was supposed to be for networking and scaling. People start networking in the chat right off the bat, right? Because we're all like looking for people. Hello, we're like looking for strategic partners. We're trying to talk to one another. This is a conference that is taking place over a 3-day span for like 6 or 7 hours a day. On PST, by the way. So like for me in Eastern Standard Time, it's from like 1 to 7 p.m. It's a whole huge chunk of your day. Like it better be hella worth it, you know? And they have all these like speakers and they're like whatever and all this stuff, right? And I'm just like, all right, we get in there, we start networking, and immediately the conference is deleting the networking messages. No one can network in the chat. No one is allowed to share anything about what they're doing in the chat. Okay, this is a networking conference. Secondly, it was a scaling conference, meaning it was supposed to be about scaling your business, growth, what you can do to be bigger and better. There were so many people in the chat that literally didn't have a business, were just getting started, had no idea like what they were talking about in terms of any business related topics, were mostly in there. And I cannot even make this up. These are people who are supposedly business owners and or want to be business owners, but also there were like corporate people in there, which I was like not understanding because I'm like, this is again supposed to be a conference about scaling your business. So like, what the fuck is Sally from HR like doing in this conference? Anyway, I know what they're doing. They sign up for these things so that they don't have to work. That's what people do. I've seen it a million times over. They're like, oh, I'm going to a conference for 3 days online. I'm going to be doing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I'm going to go ahead and take Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off. And then it's just like, okay, whatever. So all these people are in there. The majority of the chat, and I cannot make this up, is people basically tearing one another down. Okay, so you're supposed to be business owners, or I guess in this case, wannabe business owners. And your initial thought is anytime anybody has anything to say is to start tearing the other people down. Okay, very strange. So, and that's all going on, by the way. And remember, that's all happening in the chat. But while it's like, while it's a networking conference, which they also kept saying, oh, you're probably here to networking. I can't make this up. It's like all the networking stuff in the chat was deleted, but all the garbage was left to stay. Can't make this up. And you've got like speakers coming on, and they're mostly like these like, I'm not gonna name any names of like who I saw on there, but they're mostly like shill ass people who are, I mean, again, can't make this up. Talking about how money is the most important like subject in the Bible, how money is the most talked about subject in the Bible, so it must be important. Coming from an angle of like, hey Mandy, what up? Coming from an angle of like, it must be so important that God's talking about it that you should just be chasing it all day long. Like I can't make this up. So that was happening. Just shill shit like platitudes, buzzwords, like, you know, no real like concrete anything. Now I spent a little over 3 hours ish on this conference. Again, it was supposed to be 1 to 7, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I spent a little over 3 hours on this conference, and I didn't hear one thing, not one thing that I was like, I could take this away from this. Okay. It was buzzwords. It was platitudes. It was shilling. It was greed, just like stemming from like what people were saying. There was really no like concrete anything inside of it. I just didn't like, I don't know. And I was thinking even before I went, I was like not expecting that like, you know, I was going to come out of this thing with like, oh my God, like all of this stuff, you know, like all of these amazing actionables or whatever. But what I did think was that at least if I listened to some of the stuff, that it would like trigger my brain in a way that I would find, you know, something else to do. And like, Lord knows it triggered my brain, but like not in a good way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, in a good way after now that I'm thinking about it, because I'm like, okay, these are all the things that I'm going to do going forward. So like, that is the only thing. And it's a huge thing, to be honest with you. But it's the only thing that I like got out of this situation. but like didn't trigger like any thoughts or anything. I just kept being like, holy fucking shit, I can't believe that these people are saying the things that they're saying. I can't believe that they're saying, trying to tell people that they basically should like fucking live out of their car so that they can like make it. Like if you're not willing to live out of your car, like fuck you, if you're not willing to like never sleep and never like take care of yourself, you're never gonna do anything. Like, I'm sorry, that's the fucking worst advice I've ever heard in my life. And it's like, and we see a huge epidemic with people who are dealing with burnout because they're like going along with these like stupid bullshit things that people are saying. And it's like, it was just like, you guys, honest to God, I'm going to be so real with you right now. Like I said, I spent about like maybe 3.5 hours on that conference. I was simultaneously doing inventory and I was on Discord talking to some of these guys. And I was just like, just fucking being berated by these horrible mouthpiece garbage things that were being said. And I was like, I can't even take this. And so I ended up like being like, yeah, no, I'm all fucking set. Like, I'm done. I'm not going to like, I'm not coming back to this conference. I'm not doing this for the next like 2 days. I'm not listening to this garbage. I can't believe that fucking people are listening to this garbage and pretending like it's like important or good. Like, like when they ask like, oh, what's your biggest takeaway? And it's like, people are like, oh, that health is wealth. Like, you're like, okay. Meanwhile, it's like one side of the mouth is saying health is wealth, and the other side of the mouth is saying, fuck you if you're not living out of your car. And like, and you're just like, dude, I don't think it's, oh God, I just can't handle it. I just can't. It's too much for me. So it was like too much for my brain. And I swear to God, you guys, when I say that I'm being super real and raw with you, I literally broke. Like, that shit broke me. And the reason why it did is because I was sitting there going, I'm trying to scale my business. And I want to scale my business so that I can help other people. Because I know that we've already helped thousands of people. And with that data and knowledge and all the things that people have to say about ethics, I know that we can help millions of people. And I want to do that because I'm sick of watching people think that they can't get results. Dude, I would literally hate my face, okay? When I first like was starting out all these things, I had horrible cystic acne after having my son long time ago. I was so embarrassed. I hated it so much. And I tried a million things. I went to like every esthetician, every dermatologist. Nobody could help me. And I was like, fuck this. I'm going to do this myself. And if I wasn't driven in that way, I would have sat there just like many people do out in the world being like, there's nothing for me. Like there's no skincare that works. There's no, anything because of the bullshit marketing that skincare does constantly. Telling you, oh, you need this, oh, you need this, oh, you need this, oh, you need this. It's like, you don't need 40 fucking 7 serums. You just need one that works and takes care of your barrier and takes care of your microbiome. It's pretty fucking simple. So, I mean, it's not simple. It was a lot of science and a lot of formulating and a lot of work. But like conceptually, it's simple. It's like, and so I know, because I know that, and I know that feeling, and I know like how people, and I know how my customers feel, how they tell me like, holy shit, my skin looks amazing. I can't believe what this thing is doing for me. I will never use anything else again. I like did not know. I didn't know how dry my skin was until I started using Ethis. It's like, there's so many things that people say to me all the time, and I know that the product works. And so it's just like, because of that, I want to help people. And I don't care if fucking BlackRock came to me tomorrow and said, we're going to give you $1 billion for this product. And I was like, hey, are you going to keep it the way that it is? Are you going to keep it toxin free and make sure that it actually fucking works? Or are you going to degrade the product? Like, I want it in writing. And it's just like, and I'm not joking. Like, I would rather make $500,000 a year than sell out for $1 billion knowing that they're going to fuck this product up, because it literally is an actual answer for people. And because I actually care about what's going on. I'm not scaling for fucking money. Like, I'm scaling because I want to help people. And that was like the biggest thing for me. Like, everything was money, 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 money. You're in business because of money. It's like, dude, yeah, we all fucking need money. Okay. Like, I get it. But it's not the end all be all. You can live perfectly fine running a 6-digit business. Like, it's no big deal. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to get to 7 digits. You don't need to get to 8 digits. Like, it doesn't matter. It's like, you can, if you actually give a shit about your business and about your product and about the people that are using it, then it's just like, why does everything got to be about money? Like, I get it. People want to make money, but like, it's not about the fucking money for me. It's about helping people. So like, that whole thought process, like the point of like, it's just like, literally, like I said, it was just like money, 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 money. And it's like to the point where they were like, money is the most talked about thing in the Bible, so it must be important. Yeah, you know what's important about money in the Bible is that God is telling you not to fucking idolize money. Hello? Oh my God. I was like, it literally broke my soul. Okay. And when I'm telling you that it broke my soul, I'm not joking. I was fucking weeping. I got off of this networking meeting that was not about networking, not about scaling, and I cried. I wept. No fucking joke. I was like, and you can ask anybody in my inner circle, because they all know. I just couldn't stop crying. I texted, I voice noted, unhinged, weeping, Christina and Stephanie, telling them about how much I was like, it's literally making me well up right now. How much I couldn't fucking believe that people were like this. That people were seriously like, and I know that people are like this. I know that they are. But like, it was like to hear it for that extended period of time and to see the things that they were saying and to the grifting and the fucked up things. Like, I was so broken inside because I'm thinking, I want to scale my business. Is this what people expect me to be like in order to scale my business? Is this like what they're thinking that I should be doing in order to scale my business? Am I only going to be able to scale my business if I just lose all integrity and start only caring about money? Like, I was like, oh my God, am I literally up against the world? That's like seriously, serious, legit. Like, I was fucking broken. I was broken. I couldn't even get back on Discord. I messaged them and I was like, I'm sorry, you guys, that I didn't get back in. I'm literally just fucking wept. And now I'm like going to the gym. I did. I went to the gym. I was like trying to figure out, like, I'm like, oh my God, what should I do? How should I like reset myself? And my brain was just like scattered. And I'm sitting there like weeping into like the phone, like telling Christina and Stephanie everything that's like gone on. And like, it's like, I'm just like, I don't know. It was breaking my soul. It hurt my heart that there are just a bunch of people out there who are trying to build businesses and build products and serve it, all the things, not because they give a shit about what it is or about the people using it, but only because they give a shit about being a millionaire. And it's like, I don't know, man. It just broke my fucking soul. Like, it really did. It really did. So I thought about it all weekend. I was like, what am I going to do? Literally. And I got to tell you, my friends, I have some of the best fucking friends. Like, Not because they're yes people, because they're not yes people. That's why they're the best friends that I have. But because they're like so supportive, they help me see things from the outside. They help me to like disentangle my thoughts. So I went to the gym. I was actually listening to my kids' music, and that shit was like inspiring me. And I was like, hell yeah, you know? And then I was like listening to like some other artists that I'm like really inspired by. And it was just like, and I was like, you know, what people create matters. I don't think everybody realizes that, but like when you create stuff, it actually matters. It matters to people in those moments, like when they're feeling so broken, when they're feeling like they don't know what they should or shouldn't be doing, or like where their direction is or whatever. It's just like sometimes your creation literally hits at the right time. Anyway, so I was talking to Christina and Stephanie, and they made a million valid points. And then I was like, I actually got an email from a customer that day too, just to tell me all about like how much they had been changed and like how much like they were so thankful for all the stuff that I was creating or whatever. It was like literally divine timing. Like I needed to hear it. And Stephanie said to me, Amber, you just have to do things in your own way. And that really resonated with me because she's 100% right. Every single thing that I've done in my business in the last like 6.5 years or so, I have done on my own terms. I'm always the anti. Like when you look at the skincare industry, it's like, what do skincare brands do? They work with influencers. They do the skincare stuff. They're like all the froofy, like whatever. It's just like, you look at this and it's like mimetic marketing, tech bro. Like, how can we like talk to everybody? How can we talk to all these like real people in real situations where they're dealing with real burnout? And it's like in your face and like fun and funny and like character driven, and you know, like it's just like, so it's not your norm. It's not your normal skincare, because I'm not your norm and I don't want to come across that way. So I like, so crazy. So I'm like, it's true. The more I thought about it after she said that, I was like, oh my God, I like literally, holy shit. Like I am like having an epiphany about like what's what with scaling. And I talked to someone that I'm working with this morning, and I was telling them the whole thing too, because I was like, look, I don't think that these processes, like these scaling processes, are going to be for me. I think that like we've tried some things and it feels like it's like putting a round peg in a square hole type of thing. And that just is saying loud and clear to me that like it's not for me. And when I thought about like what, you know, Stephanie was saying, like that I needed to do it in my own way. And the more and more I thought about that, I was like, the more and more I was like, everything I've done in my own way. Everybody told me when I first said that I was going to start a skincare line, literally mentors that I had for years that I truly respected told me that I was fucking crazy and that I shouldn't do it because I was never going to get a piece of the market. Here we are, you know, 3-ish years later after launching at this, and I am helping thousands of people. So, and have like a very, you know, pretty thriving business. Like, so like everything, even from the origin that like has been done, I have done in my own way. And I've been like, fuck this. I'm just going to do this way. Every single thing I've done with my marketing, every single thing I've done with my branding, single thing I've done with like just every single thing, I've done it in my own way. And so now when it comes to scaling, I'm going to do that shit in my own way too. Because it's like, it does not make sense for me to do stuff like go to networking fucking events where they're just going to tell me about how money is in the Bible. And, you know, and deal with like the ridiculousness of things that I just like don't need to be dealing with. And deal with like, you know, stressing myself out in ways that like make no sense for me. It's okay if the stress is like a healthy stress and it's like I'm going after something. It's not great when I am knowing going in that it's just not for me and I'm just like, and whatever. So, yeah. So now I'm looking to scale in my own way. Okay, so now we've talked this morning. I talked to, like I said, somebody that I'm working with, like in the marketing vicinity, about the different things that, I think that we can do in terms of scaling in a different way. So like one of the first things that I think that we can do is get all of the people. We're helping thousands of people with their skin. We don't have thousands of reviews. We don't have thousands of people telling their friends about it. We don't have thousands of people like mentioning, at this in their free time. But I know that there are thousands of people that could. So the first thing I'm thinking is in partnership with all of you guys who love and know Ethist and understand the results and, want to see it grow and want to see it stick around. First and foremost, do some reviews on our site. Help us to help other people to feel confident that they're going to get results from the product because you thousands of people know that it's going to give you results and that's going to help other people. Secondly, start talking about Ethist to your friends. Like, what is it? And also, by the way, if people can tell me like what it is that actually stops them from sharing about the product, I would love to know because I've actually had multiple customers say to me that like, oh yeah, you know what? I should tell my friends about this. I don't know why I haven't. And it's just like, well, why haven't you? Like, honestly, if you have an answer to that question, hit up our chatbot, hit up, hello@champagneapothecary.com. Hit up me if you have access to something like that and let us know what it is that we can do to help you to encourage your friends to check it out, to share it with your friends, to share it with your networks. We want to tell more people about it. And we know that we can do it collectively. The entirety of our motto is the real people with getting real results with real stories. And it's like that depends on you guys sharing that stuff. And I think like we as a community and as people who know and love Ethist and have seen the results literally on our faces and know how like toxin free it is and clean and good for you and like not scary. It's like we as a community can push this brand together. And I think that there are a lot of things that we can do from a community perspective that can help us to grow at this and to continue scaling. So that's like the first thing that I think when it comes to scaling in my own way. I need your help. Please leave your reviews on champagneapothecary.com. You can go and do it directly under the products that you love. You literally just click on the product and then it's right underneath. You can do a review right there for your favorites. We would so appreciate that. Please start sharing with your friends and let us know what it is that you need from us to help you overcome doing that. Because I want to know and I want to be able to help you. The other thing that I was thinking is doing like some campaigns with for social skincare. I think that and social wellness, I think that as we continue in this thing that we're, this era of we're caring about our health, we're wanting to use better products, we're doing all of the things and whatever. I think that there are opportunities for us to encourage you guys to participate in social skincare and social wellness and all of that stuff. So there's going to be some campaign things that I'm probably going to mess with there. And if you have thoughts about different things like that, please let me know. I love hearing feedback from our customers because it's you guys who we're trying to reach. So we want the things to resonate with you. And if you have thoughts about stuff, I am more than open to listening to them. That's literally how Ethist is evolving. Is like, it's everything that you guys share with me constantly is the stuff that we put into place because we're like, okay, this is like something that they want. This is something that they want. This is something that they want. So that's another way. And then, you know, I think it's like, there's some other things that I want to do in terms of like utilizing different platforms, etc. And I also think it's just like, this is going to be slow growth. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, it's like, we're likely going to need to cross paths with the right, and I emphasize the right, like angel investor or something like that. Because I don't want... I'll tell you something right now. Like if you're a VC, bro, and you see the dollar signs like on my brand and you think you're going to come over here and be like, hey, cheapen this so that you can have better line like margins and whatever. Like, bro, I am busy forever. Just like, don't contact me. But I do think that there's somebody probably out there that is just like, can see it, can see the value, can understand the messaging, can understand like what it is that we're really trying to like do. And will want to work with us. And I think it's all going to happen in divine timing. I'm a big believer of divine timing. I think what happened recently for me personally is like, I think with all the pivots and all the things that I was like dealing with, that I was just like, oh my gosh, we got to get this thing going. And I started to try to push in ways that I would have never done before, like going to this ridiculous networking meeting. Would have never done that. Literally would have never signed up for it. Not for me. I know what's for me and what's not for me. And that is not for me. But I did it because I think I was like in a position of being like, oh shit, I need to like push this thing and we need to get this going and whatever. And like, yeah, we do. But I honestly believe that it's like all on divine timing. And I think it's going to come together when it's supposed to come together. And in reality, when I think about it, especially like with all of our reformulations and all the things that we're doing and like, just all that stuff, the behind the scenes stuff, I honestly think that it wouldn't have been a good time to go off anyway, because like we currently have a fuck ton of people just waiting for the moisturizer because it was on pre-order for an extended period. It's like, there's no way I would want like, you know, a huge lot of people just like waiting on stuff. So it's like, it's that kind of stuff where I'm like, I think that in reality, it's just not the timing for it. It's gonna come. I agree. Well, that's facts. It's gonna come. It's gonna come on its own time, and it's gonna work itself out. And it's gonna work itself out because I'm gonna scale in a way that works for Amber. I'm not gonna scale in a way that works for shill fucking whomever is trying to give me quote like money advice. It's not for me. I'm sorry. The processes are just not for me. Like I don't want it. I want to say at the end, I built this shit from nothing, okay? I built this shit from fucking nothing. The entire thing. It was ground zero. We had nothing. I had a fucking name. Like, it's like I had nothing. I built it from zero, and I am going to get it to a place where it scales in a really big way, and we are going to do it organically, and we are going to do it in a crazy different way than anybody else has. And people are going to be fucking studying our mimetic marketing and what we did, thinking that they can put it into place, and God knows, I don't even know if they'll be able to, because it's so very specific to me and to what I do, and to my heart behind the whole project. That's what like people don't get. Like, it's like people think that I'm just like, I don't know. It's like people think that like I want to be internet famous. Fuck no. That I want, you know, to just do this because it's like I'm making money. No. Like I said, I'd rather have a 6-digit business forever than sell out and know that they're going to ruin my shit and all my hard work. I just won't do it. And people can say that they think I'm crazy, or say that they think I'm lying, or say whatever the fuck they want to say. I know my heart and I know where I'm at. So it's like, that shit's not happening. I want to scale in a way that says, I built this from ground zero. I had nothing. I made it something. And then we blew it up. And we did it in my way. Because everything we've literally done is the way I wanted to do it. I've done so much stuff along the way during this journey that people would have said was crazy. Beginning with making and creating a fucking skincare line from the get-go. And now look at it. It's literally this is setting a new standard for clean skincare. People told me I wouldn't be able to get anybody to buy it. It's insane. So it's just like like I said, every single thing I've done on my own time. God bless Stephanie and her thought process and telling me out loud, Amber, you just need to do it your own way, because I knew it in my heart that was the case. I knew it when everybody was saying stuff to me about like going and doing the networking events and going and being like whatever and all this shit. I knew it. I was anti that bullshit. Anti like you never know. Yeah, you do never know. I'd rather stay not knowing. Honestly, if I have to deal with that negative kind of energy, I would rather stay not knowing, because I'm probably not going to know anything anyways. And it's like, and just that would be it. Literally. So I don't know. All of that to say that like this weekend and that crazy situation that I went through and that crazy break that I had, because I'm telling you, when I tell you that I was weeping, I was weeping. I was on my way to the gym, still half like crying. And I was like thinking, are people going to be looking at me like I'm a crazy person? Like, are people going to be concerned just based on my eyes alone? They were like puffy and like, oh my God. I was like, whatever, allergies. Honestly, no. If somebody would have said something to me, I would have been like, you know what? I like literally would have told them the whole fucking thing. I'm glad nobody said anything, because it probably would have ruined their day. Yeah, I don't know. All of that to say that I went through this like very interesting experience, and it did break me, but it also helped me to like open my eyes to what exactly I want to do going forward. It reinvigorated my connection to my integrity. It reestablished my connection to, my purpose and my why. And it reinforced the idea that I legit just want Ethis to be a good product, everything that we create, but, Ethis specifically to be a good quality product that actually gives people results. And I don't care if I can't, make millions on my own doing that. I'd rather keep it where it is and know that the integrity of the product is intact, know that it's actually helping people, and continue to provide like a product that actually like gives people results. Because those messages that I get, those interactions that I have with people where they're like, dude, this thing has changed my entire life, that has a special place in my heart. That is like just the most beautiful thing in the whole world, because people can say whatever they want about skincare, how they think it's froofy or fluffy, and that's just, again, because of the garbage marketing that's out there. But it really does truly have to do with your overall health. It really does truly actually help your overall health. And even more so, it boosts confidence in people like nothing else. When they get results and actually get their skin intact, think about like how you no longer have to think about what your face is looking like, or if you have a breakout, or if there's like something that somebody else is paying attention to. You're giving a presentation at work, or you're talking to, one of your employees and trying to like have a serious conversation, or you're talking to, your friends and you're out and about. It's just like, you're not thinking about your face anymore. You're thinking about whatever is going on in the moment. And that actually trickles out and helps so many other things in the world. Like once you have your confidence in place and you don't have to worry about any of that stuff anymore, you are just solely focused on your mission, and you are doing it even better than you have been, because you're more productive, because you're less thinking about all the other junk that you don't need to think about. So it makes a huge difference in the long run. And that's honestly like what I love to see more than anything. And And that's why I'm going to scale in this way. And we'll get there when we get there. So if you know and love Ethis, if you can share your reviews online, if you haven't done that, if you can share with your friends and your networks about Ethis and how much you love it, if you can share our posts, if you can share like anything for us, honestly, it's going to help us so much. And it's going to help us to continue to provide you with incredible products that you know and love and are giving you results. So that would be amazing if you can do that. We'll likely see some like fun, social health or social wellness or social skincare campaigns. I think that's like an interesting rabbit hole to dive down. So I'm going to be doing that. I don't know. I'm like, I'm over the plastic posts that I see everywhere. Like, it's just like, I don't know. I'm constantly challenging myself to like be more and more and more just like, this is what it is in and on social media. And so you'll see a lot of that from me. And we'll see like what happens and how exactly, my manufacturer is calling me right now, actually. We'll see. Anyway, we'll see how it works out, what happens, and we'll see where we go from there. I think if I can share anything with you, if like, you're working on a project or you're trying to like do something big in your life, or you're like, in a place where you feel like things are messy. I don't know. I hope that like it gives you some hope, like even hearing the story about my crazy breakdown and what it actually showed me on the other side of it and how it helped me in those ways. And I hope that you can find beauty in the breakdown too. Like you can find the wins in all of the like messiness, and you can hear clearly like what it is that you should be doing. I think if anything, like I said, it's just like that crazy weeping, the crazy like break that I had. It's like, it almost was like, it just cleared me. Like it just like washed everything away and helped me to just like see stuff with clearer eyes, and reinforced and reinvigorated all those things that I mentioned earlier. So I don't know. I hope that for you too, if that is a thing. And as much as it annoyed the shit out of me and it was crazy, I'm glad that I did it. I'm glad that it happened, because it put a lot of stuff in perspective for me for over like the last like couple days. So anyway, what a wild time. Right now we have a promotion going on ChampagneApothecary.com where if you use code BUZZOFF, that's BUZZOFF, which is actually really funny, considering it's like, that's what I want all of those shilly type people to do. Just fucking buzz off, okay? Just like the mosquitoes. If you use code BUZZOFF on your order of $99 or more, you're going to get a free, all natural, toxin free, incredibly awesome bug spray. And you're going to get free shipping. So you can use that code. That code is only going until Thursday. So get on it, because I think today is Tuesday. And it'll be over on Thursday. So use code BUZZOFF for your free bug spray and free shipping. And also, if you want to buy me a coffee, you can do so now. I have been like holding off on doing a buy me a coffee for the longest time. I don't really know why, because I had subscriptions on X and it's like whatever, and that's all like well and good, but I think this is going to be way better. I actually can offer more stuff, and there's like, it's just a better system. I have like a little mini shop where it just has like a couple things up there. Of course, you can always go to ChampagneApothecary.com. I don't need everything over there. But if you go to my Buy Me a Coffee, which the link is, and drum roll please as it comes across the screen, buymeacoffee.com/AmberGoesOff. Pretty easy. You can buy me a coffee there, or you can sign up for one of my new memberships. and get the perks that are along with that as well. And you can fuel this chaos, okay? You can fuel the craziness that is what goes on in my life every single day. And I appreciate that. And I will give back to you because that's what I do. I don't do anything where I just take, I'm always giving things back to y'all because that is what it's all about. And there are some good things in there. So I don't know. And I'm thinking about like what's going to go on with my subs for X. I don't know. I'm like, it's like an interesting, it used to be like a cool thing. Now it's like, I feel like people are over it. I don't know if people are over it. I'm not sure. It feels like that. But anyways, who knows? Who knows what the future holds? You know, nobody. None of us do. I do know that like good things are coming. When, I don't know. How, not necessarily there yet, but that's going to be the case. So yeah, if you guys can help me scale and share those reviews and share about Ethis with your friends, share our posts, share our lives, share. Sharing is caring. How many other things can I say about share? That would be the best, honestly. I would appreciate that so much. I do appreciate everybody that hung out with me on the live today. There's 118 of you currently here. And I super thank everybody that's watching on the replays as well, whether you are watching it on X or Facebook or on YouTube, because I know some of y'all watch them there too. Super appreciate you guys, no matter what, taking the time out of your day to, you know, check out what I've got going on over here. And there's that. The other thing I was going to say, oh yeah, if you want to hop on live and you don't normally hop on live, you can follow me on X at Amber Goes Off, or you can, and I should probably start living to TikTok. I don't know, maybe. Also Amber Goes Off, whatever. And then you can find my lives on the Champagne Apothecary Facebook page as well. Or, like I said, you can watch them on YouTube. Champagne Apothecary. Pretty easy to find us. We're like the same kind of stuff like along the way, all the way through. All right, I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to call my manufacturer back. I'm so excited. Oh yeah, real quick, I did put out a video today, but the Daily Ritual Moisturizer is good to go. We should have it within like a week or so. And I'm going to call right now and figure out like what's what. We're getting updates like every single day, so that's super exciting. So if you're waiting for one, don't you worry, it's getting sent out sooner rather than later. And there's going to be a gift of gratitude for waiting through the pre-order process in your package. So be on the lookout for that. Pre-orders are still open, so feel free to pre-order within your bundle or within just the moisturizer on its own, and you'll still get the gift even if you only had to wait like a day, whatever. There's that. So yeah. All right. That's it. I gotta go talk to these guys. Thank you for hanging out. I hope my story is helpful. Don't do things that you don't want to do. Only do stuff that makes sense for you. God, I gotta remember that.